I'm 19 years old. My girlfriend has just left me and we were together for 3 years. To get over this breakup, I download Tinder. This is the first time that I'm using these dating apps and I thought it was going to be easy. I thought it was going to be easy to replace her and if not replace her, get over her through other girls. So I'm swiping. 200 swipes later, no matches. Maybe it's my profile picture, maybe it's my bio, maybe it's the order of the pictures. Still no match. I change up my pictures, I change up the description in my bio. Still no swipes. So then I'm running out of swipes. You know, to swipe to match with someone. I'm running out of it. So now Tinder's asking me to upgrade to their Tinder Premium so I can get more swipes and more matches. So I did. After 2 days of no results, I upgraded to the Tinder, the next level Tinder subscription. And yeah, that's what I did. I kept going. I started to get a few more matches. But for every swipe that I did, I started to question more and more my worth. Dang, what if I'm not getting any matches? Maybe like I'm not good enough. What if maybe it's because I'm not white? Maybe that's what I was thinking. And my self-esteem throughout my Tinder usage just kept going lower and lower. And this is when I got humbled, because I thought it was going to be easy to replace her, to get another girl. And after 1 week of using Tinder, I realized that wasn't the case. So I deleted the app. I cancelled the subscriptions, and I realized that, wow, in these 3 years of this relationship, I really let myself go. No wonder she left me. Yeah, no wonder she left me. I stopped going to the gym. I became chubby. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was basically cheating. Like, no wonder she left me. Like, I'm glad she left me. I would have never said that during the time, but now that it's been a few years since, I'm glad she left me. I was a terrible person. Like, not even as a boyfriend, I was just a crap person. But me, using Tinder to try and replace her, and then deleting Tinder because I realized that, oh shit, like, wow, I have nothing to offer. That was quite it was kind of a very good reminder. It was a good reminder to me that, oh bro, you can't let yourself go once you get the girl. So now, at this point, I've deleted Tinder. I've kind of given up trying to get a girl and the outside world. So I'm going crazy with the fapping. I'm watching, this is such a crazy time to look back in my life because I literally gave up on real life girls. That's so crazy for me to even say. I can't believe I was living like that. So, I just got out the 3-year relationship. That's all I've ever known. That was my routine after college, after school, see her, and at night go home and repeat. And then getting Tinder. That really showed me like, I was very much tested. So then after failing Tinder, I stopped trying to get a real life girl and I just went crazy on the Pornhub. And that was my routine for a while, busting to a phone screen, playing Nintendo Switch, and missing her because we used to play Nintendo Switch together. That was just a very, not fun time in my life. So after doing this routine of getting home from work, skipping gym, and unleashing it to a phone screen, that's when it started to really suck. Like that's when, I really missed the girl. I'm not getting any girls. And yeah, that was just quite intense for me at the time. But because that's when it was at its most painful, that's when I was like, I can't live like this anymore. Because it got into that point of pain, that's when I wanted to change. That's when I wanted to actually improve my life. To stop cheating. That's when I wanted to start going to the gym again, start actually I never even considered the book, but during this painful period of my life, that's when I started to consider a book. I didn't start reading yet, but that was the first time I started to consider reading. Yeah, so I wish I could say that it got very painful and then I made the switch and then I became a millionaire. But it was literally years later from that painful point that I started to see the change, the benefits of meditation, the benefits of consistently going to the gym, the consistent reading. I didn't see those benefits until like a year or so later. And even though I didn't see results straight away, I'm glad that I carried on. Because it was so easy for me not to carry on during that time where I really I didn't have a motivation to improve my life, or I didn't see the reason to improve my life. I was too comfortable with the phone screens and busing to Instagram models. So once I had enough, once I realized that, okay, maybe I'm not really a good person that would attract a girl. That's when it really started to become urgent for me. Like, okay, bro, you can't just I can't be being a bum anymore. And that really, and looking back at it now, it really had to get bad. It really had to get to that crap situation before I wanted to change. Because, so imagine in the relationship that I had with that girl in the 3 years, it wasn't on the final day of that relationship that I was a person that wasn't good to be with. It wasn't on the last day of that relationship. It was many steps before that, before my girl decided to leave me. It was many steps before that, whether it's all those times I skipped the gym, or all those times where like I ate bad food. So it wasn't just like at the very end, okay, that's when you lost it. It started slipping away way before that. But I didn't realize that I was slipping away because I didn't realize I was slipping away because I had the girlfriend. The missing gym and eating the bad food, it wasn't clear to me then because, you know, me eating the bad food and me skipping gym, it wasn't that obvious at the beginning. But once you do it more and more, once you skip more of the sessions, once you have more of the pizza nights and the wine nights, then yeah, you're gonna start to slowly lose yourself. And then one day your girlfriend leaves you. And what I'm trying to say is that it wasn't just at the very last day when I became a crap person. It was gradually before that. But it had to get to the worst stage before I wanted to improve my life. Because no way would I want to improve my life during the earlier stages when I just got the girlfriend and, oh, pizza night sounds cool. And, oh, I've just wine. What? That's new to me. That's cool. Let me have some wine. No way did I want to improve my life at this point because it was so fun experiencing wine, pizza night, and a girlfriend. So when it's very comfortable and fun, no way do I want to better my life at that point, right? Because it's fun and exciting and new. Only when it actually got bad for me, that's when I wanted to change my life. And that makes me realize to my situation right now. I'm working in a Mexican food place and it's okay. But the fact that it's just all right, that's why it sucks. I'm not using my fullest potential. I'm not even being treated to properly. And it's not, I don't want to complain about these kind of jobs because For example, I'm working in the Mexican food place right now. But if you change it, and if I was working as an astronaut, like like the people that go up into space, if I was working as an astronaut, yeah, that may be cool, but I don't really care about space or the technology or NASA, or that's not something that I find interesting. So even if I was an astronaut instead of my job at the shopping center, I wouldn't feel good because I wouldn't feel like that's my purpose. I wouldn't feel like my gifts are being used, even though being an astronaut is super cool and being on the moon is like amazing. I don't want to do that. That's not something I feel like I have been called to do. I don't feel like that's I don't feel like me being an astronaut is why I'm on this earth. So yeah, even if I was an astronaut, I wouldn't feel satisfied. So if you change it back to right now, where I am working in a Mexican food place, making burritos all day, it's all right. It's okay. But I'm not satisfied. And I think that's what's like hurting more, because I can, I know I'm here to do more than make burritos, and I'm not. And that's why it hurts, because my gifts aren't being used properly. I'm not. Making burritos, yes, I can put all my energy and attention into it, but that's not something I want to put all my energy and attention into. So therefore, that's why I'm unsatisfied. Um, when I'm working at this Mexican food place, I got this one customer, and they said how they used to work at this Mexican food place. They were like, "Oh man, I used to work here, and oh man, like I didn't like it." Um, so now he tells me he works in a new job, and now he works in, it's called Curry's here in the UK. Curry's is basically like a tech shop. So if you need to get like vacuums or a laptop or a washing machine or a fridge, you would go to Curry's. It's that kind of shop. So he tells us how he hated working in the kitchen of the Mexican food place, and now he's working in the tech shop. And we ask him, "Oh, how is it? How's the new job?" And he said the same thing. "Oh, it's not that good." Like, so even though you change industries, it's still a minimum wage job. It's still something you do not want to do, even though it might seem cooler than before. The tech shop might be better for him than the food place, but it's still not something you want to do. Like, that's the key thing. Is it something you want to put all your effort and attention into? If not, then it doesn't matter if you get a free lunch. It doesn't matter if you get it doesn't matter if you get a company car. It doesn't matter if the commute is only 10 minutes away. None of these things matter if it's not something you want to do. And I've been comfortable in this Mexican food place. I've been comfortable in the times that I've been working at the coffee shop. And even though that these jobs are okay, and yes, I get free food, that's not a good enough reason to stay at a job. Free food. Yes, I've been comfortable, but I realized that at this Mexican food place, it has gotten to that point where it's not even all right anymore. It's actually affecting me negatively, like my mental health. It's getting to that point where it's becoming really crap. And now that it's come to this point, I'm not going to tell you of why it's crap and complaining and whatnot. But now that it's gotten to this point of me actually like hating it, this is now when I'm deciding, okay, now it's gotten to this painful point. This is now when I want to change. And it's like similar to the story of when I had that breakup. I didn't want to change until it got really bad. So, are you settling? Are you settling in your life, whether that's your day job, and maybe you do want to change your career into something that you want to do, but there are doubts and excuses in your head like, oh, what if you're not good enough? Oh, I need to pay rent. Fair enough, you do need to pay rent. Or fair enough, you have to stay at this job because, the pressure from your parents. But to me, towards the end of my shifts, working in the Mexican food place, toward the shifts, it got into the point where during the time that I was clocked on, I really, really did not want to be here. But when you really think about it, every time I was working the 10-hour shifts, those are the times that I wish I wasn't alive. I don't want to kill myself or anything, but me being on those shifts and me thinking I'd rather be somewhere else, I'd rather not be here. That's basically like saying bro, I don't want to live my life at this moment in this 10-hour shift. And that is not a good way to live. 10 hours of your day as well. 10 hours of your day and you don't want to be there. That's 10 hours of your youth. We don't realize how precious life is, and that's not the video for today. But every time that I was on these shifts, I would be hating myself because I don't want to be here. Putting on the uniform and then doing the customer service script. My self-esteem just keeps going down and down every time I do that, every time I do something that I don't want to do for a long time. Are you settling? Thank you.